Hey everybody, and I know it's been a few months since I've actually done a video. I'm very sorry about that. Um, Instead of doing a gaming video, and I know I, you know, what like eighth video I think this is now, and but I decided to do a how do you say um identities video dealing down the social justice warrior related topics. Um, what is with the identity politics that many people on the left side, that does include me, even though if you were to check my political compass, go take a political test, it would say that I'm barely left. And why does everyone have to be tagged with an identity like feminist, like social justice warrior? Uh, you got to be a libertarian. You got to be a liberal. You got to be a conservative. You got to be an alt right. You got to be a fascist. You got to be a sexist. You got to be a misogynist. You got to, why do people on the far left really have to, you know, why do you got to have an identity? I understand the majority of the people who do these that are on that part of the political spectrum, are the younger group. And I remember when I was around 18, 19 years old, that having an identity that you could, latch on and claim to make part of yourself, it was kind of necessary. I understand it. A little bit older and a little bit wiser now. I do hope for the wiser part, especially on the older part I am. But the need to label those who go against you, and always in constant negative way, like, is it truly necessary? What's the complete point? And so for this video, I'm gonna really get into it a little bit. And so part of the how could you say, our identity politics thing, where if you gotta really fixate on what are you, what's your label, isn't that a little bit narcissistic a bit? Like, let me check here on the internet. Gonna do a little researching. Like, narcissism is the pursuit of gratification from vanity or egotistic and admiration of one's own attributes. Um, Narcissism is also considered a social or cultural problem. It's a factor in a trait theory used in various self-report inventories of personality, such as the Million Clinical Multi-Taxal Inventory, whatever the fuck that is. It's also one of the three dark triadic personality traits. Mm, Whatever some of that bullshit is. No, everyone is to a certain point narcissistic, and it is actually a good thing. It helps you, um, willpower, positive willpower, because like depression's kind of like the opposite of narcissism. You're totally down about yourself and everything. Well, narcissism is all about the attraction and bringing it in, while depression's kind of like, oh, well, whatever. And let's look at the feminist and anti-feminist thing. Feminists, well, obviously they are going to definitely be like proud to be called a feminist. What's wrong with being feminism? Are you against women? If you are, you're obviously a misogynist. And the issue I have with that is the term, the definition. It's the advocacy of women's rights. That's what the movement is for. And but the fact is that feminism has become, more than that. It's become this issue, that topic, that and all. And the more you encompass things into your movement that fall outside the the basic terminology, that sorry, uh, basic definition, the advocacy of women's rights, you begin to add like LGBTQ rights. You add in, you know, fat shaming. You got to deal in with bullying, and you know, the more stuff you add into it, you're going to add in things that you're going to attract more people into a group that would normally not associate with each other, who have a, what, how would you say, um general objective of resisting that movement, or that have issues with that movement, who agree on this one issue. The best way to describe that is, look at the old atheist versus Christian war, that is it a war? Was it a war? Yeah, issue that went on YouTube, and how a lot of the atheists were also many other things, if you were to go by what they what their ideals were. They weren't just atheists. If you're just an atheist, that's just one thing. You can be an atheist, but you can also be a transsexual. You can be a feminist. You can be you know you can be an animal rights activist and an atheist at the same time. But does that mean just because you're an atheist and an animal rights activist, or an atheist and a vegan, does that mean all the other atheists are also have to be the other identities or other, ideals that you hold to besides being an atheist? Does that make them wrong? No, it doesn't. Look at the Atheist Plus movement and how that completely just went down the drain, because when you try to make something inclusive with so many things that don't make each other compatible, where you try to say, hey, we all agree on this one thing, let's be one group. No, it's, hey, person A, person B, person C, D, E, and so down the alphabet and all that. We all agree on this one thing. Yes, that's one thing that we can agree on. But we all have different opinions on all these other subjects and issues. Well, we can agree on this, but we disagree. Well, guess what? I want to argue on that with you. And you will argue with me on this issue and that issue. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But because there's this one thing that unifies us, means I can't disagree with you? No. Look at the AIU thing about how AIU was had doxed several people. I disagree with that completely. And up until now, I have kind of kept silent about it, because I kind of felt like, I completely disagree. But from what I can tell, a lot of the people gave their information to him. They actually did. He really didn't have to go searching for it, from what I can tell. Is he still wrong for doing it? Totally. I completely disagree with him, and I have to side with Naked Ape on this. But at the same time, I see the point that the Amazing Atheist took. That's AJ. He took the point of view that he don't really care. That's none of his business. Yes, and I stand on that too. It's none of my business. I don't agree with it. And you know something? For the most part, I've stopped watching AIU's videos. On YouTube, the best way to show an opinion isn't to do a dislike or an upvote. Let's say, upvotes, you know what? If you spend enough time to dislike someone's video and type a comment in, what you've done is watched his, most likely, that commercial at the very beginning, and I watched about, maybe a minute or two, especially if you start writing a nice long topic, nice little paragraph or two. Guess what? As far as YouTube's concerned, that person's going to get paid for that view. Even if you put that negative in, all you're doing is saying, I don't like this video. But guess what? You're still going to get that money. It's not hurting him if you go in there and put a negative view in. Sorry, I'm repeating myself again. But apparently you have to repeat yourself twice or three times over because, it's a little hard, to get some people to understand that it's okay to disagree, but at the same time to appreciate their point of view. Like, right now, I conversate back and forth with a feminist. I have already stated before that I will, for the most part, totally, you know, have an issue and stand against many of the issues that you are for. I'm against it. She and me, I hope it's a she, based on her voice in the videos, she is a she. We have come to the understanding, and we talk to each other back and forth. Um, I'm sorry. We talk back to each other in a respectful manner while disagreeing with each other. There is nothing wrong with that. All you can do is share your opinion and their opinion and also share some facts along the way. Because an opinion will always be biased based on your personal, you know, experiences. All you can do is throw facts in there to back up that opinion with some actual non biased information to share it. That's all you can hope for. And when you really, when it comes to the censorship things and everything, I have yet to watch a single feminist or uh, social justice warriors, video or an SJW. I'm gonna have to cut this out. I have yet to see a single feminist video or SJW's video, taken down or, fought hard to be removed from YouTube. Of course, they will make the claim, oh, because all your followers came over here and disliked our videos and made, you know, slanderous comments from everything from you know, actual threats. If you have a threat on your comment section, report them. Don't just make a video saying, "Oh, look, these people made a threat. This is why this whole community is wrong." Guess what? Many feminists know that they have a fringe group that is completely off the wall, batshit crazy. But they still defend these people since they're feminists, or they just ignore it. And you know what? The anti-feminists, in nice big quotation marks, have some crazy people like AIU out there. Of course, to a feminist, all of us that are anti-feminist are wrong. We shouldn't have a voice, or our voice should not carry as much power. Listen, anyone who says that those on YouTube have a platform and women need more of a platform, guess what? If you're a woman and you need a platform, guess what? You can make videos too. There's nothing to stop you. The only thing to stop you is quite literally yourself. If you get negative views for your viewpoint, that's people disagreeing with you. What do you do when people disagree with you in real life? Hey, Bob. Hey, what's up, John? Hey, blah, 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 on point A. This is what I feel about this idea. And John goes, oh, fuck you, Bob. That is a fucking stupid idea, you fucking stupid cunt. Fucking go kill yourself for it. Do you kill yourself, or do you go, fuck off, John? Or Bob, whatever, which one. And just go on with your life. That's all there is to it. If people disagree with you, suck it up. How do you go about your regular day-to-day life and just deal with it? Life is not perfect and clean and all sunny and roses. It's not. That's the thing. And if you need to have a life, or your surroundings need to be where no disagreement, or anyone doesn't disagree with you or doesn't have viewpoints that are not exactly in line with yours, how did you make it through high school and middle school and college? How do you survive the work environment? You're going to have people who disagree with you, who are going to belittle you, who are going to, you know, generally all around be nasty with you in more ways than one. Do you just go to your boss, or do you go to the teacher, or do you go to your parents going, this person was mean to me, they said bad words, or they disagreed with my viewpoint? Well, if you had good parents, they would tell you to suck it up, just ignore them, and move along. That's all there is to it. Sorry, folks, for this constant rambling, and I know that this channel's been predominantly gaming, but I feel the need that after taking a several months hiatus, deal with the fact is that, real life and everything, and just working my ass off just to make ends meet, that yeah, I do hope to do more videos, and I'm making a shout out for Facts versus Anti-Feminism. I really would like to do a video with you one day. That would be awesome. I would like to, I really think it's important that those who are against feminism, make collaborations with feminists, so that, both viewpoints can get across on the same video, because I kind of feel like that the response videos, are kind of like one-sided responses, and it's not that good. Well, guys, I'm Corn, and just remember, no matter what you're doing, just keep on doing it, and have fun while you do it.